Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You've found us once again. I'm Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson.
And you are here with us at Santa Rosa Week, Mediacom Channel 27. And this week we had a former board member of Team Santa Rosa, Mr. Pete Gandy, contacted us, and we opened it up for him. And
we asked him to appear on the show, and he agreed. And
he accepted. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we will give the we're going to play that video clip, and then we'll have a few minutes left in the show, and we'll talk about a couple other items. But here is the Pete Gandy, Military Affairs Liaison for Team Santa Rosa. Hope you enjoy.
I want to thank you for talking to us today. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
You are the Military Affairs Liaison for Team Santa Rosa.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what that job entails?
I'll be happy to. The Military Affairs Consultant, which is really my title, serves as a liaison with the military here. Basic responsibilities are to maintain strong relationships with the various military commands here in our, not just here in Santa Rosa, but also in the three-county area. In addition, it's to keep the board at Team and the Military Affairs Committee at Team apprised of issues coming up involving the military. It's to keep the board of county commissioners up to speed and informed and take their comments as well. Is to participate on a number of committees throughout the local area and the state, including the Florida Defense Alliance, which there's a meeting upcoming in May for that. It's to serve with the three-county Defense Support Infrastructure Committee that meets over in Fort Walton Beach every month. And their main charge is to see what needs to be done to help accommodate the move of the 7th Special Forces Group coming into Eglin, as well as the Joint Strike Fighter. In addition, I prepare correspondence and resolutions as requested to support the Joint Strike Fighter, to support the tanker program that was slated for Mobile, and to support things that are needed to maintain the mission for NS Whiting Field, not only here locally but also in the outlying fields. An example there being that they need to extend some runways over in Baldwin County to accommodate the new T-6 aircraft that will be coming in starting next year. So that's sort of a thumbnail of what I'm doing.
It seems like there's a lot of need on the side of the state and the local governments to sort of be involved to make sure that federal bases stay in the area. Yeah. Is there a lot of effort required?
There is. Unfortunately, what I've seen in the past, and I was chairman of the two-county BRAC in 2005, so I have a little experience as to what is involved when committees are formed to look at base realignment and closure. And what we have found, and I think we've known in this county to our benefit for some time, is that those are not relationships you build with the military, with the state, and with the federal level in Washington, both on the congressional side and the Pentagon side, at the time a BRAC comes up. You better have those relationships well cemented and the contacts well in place before that day occurs. And I think there are other locations around the country, to their detriment, found that out in 2005.
Now, we were also the county is paying a consultant from, I believe the name is Graber and Associates. This is a lobbying company.
I know Ed Graber.
Yes. Now, we pay them, I think it's $7,000 a month for military affairs lobbying. How does what they do differ from what you do?
Well, I'm not really familiar with Ed Graber's contract. I was not involved in preparing that. Ed Graber, my understanding, was initially contacted to assist with some transportation issues here in the county. For example, I'm told that he was instrumental in working with Congressman Miller in getting additional funds for widening Highway 87 North, and also working with Senator Martinez's office to get funds to widen Avalon Boulevard. During the time that there was not a military affairs consultant with team, the previous person that had that position left, I think it was probably June of 2007. At that time, Ed was asked, my understanding, to sort of keep his eyes and ears open in Washington for anything that may affect military missions until we got somebody else in place here. Since then, I know that Ed has been involved with the Andrews Institute, specifically in trying to get support for rehab medicine, a program established there for military veterans coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan.
There was some controversy over your being hired into the
Yes.
position. I think the gist of it from the public side is you were a team board member for many
Yes,
years.
that's correct.
Then you stepped down, and you were at that point involved with the hiring process for this job.
Initially, yes.
And about a year later, you ended up accepting the job.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to read, there's an email that is circulating that was received from the county through a public records request. And I think this is the crux
Okay.
of the question.
Well, let's get to it.
I know you're familiar with this, but I'll just go ahead and read this.
I've seen it a couple of times.
This section. This is from Team Executive Director Cindy Anderson to yourself, and this was February of 2008. So this was last year,
Yes.
February. And the section that's been focused on says, I know we discussed putting the RFP, that's the job announcement, on the website and didn't want too many resumes coming in. But what if we put it there buried in the military section so folks on the MAC can send prospects to the site, but you wouldn't see it if you weren't really looking for it. Makes it easy for you to just send someone to it and not have to fax or get into sharing more email addresses. What was going on with that?
Let me just say this. I think that email was certainly ill-timed. I think it was ill-worded. And let me give you a little background as to what did take place. Last, I guess, February 2008, I had already announced my intention to retire from Santa Rosa Medical Center.
Right.
With my retirement, because I represented the hospital on the team board, I said, I need to resign from the team board. And then it'll be open to the board if they want to invite the new administrator on. I had no intention of applying for this job. I was asked to stay on to assist in the selection, as I was involved in the selection for the first consultant about 2 years prior. I agreed to do that. And we wanted to make sure that we had a couple of ways we could have gone and advertised in the position. One, we had a pretty good idea of what we expected this person to do. The selection committee was not interested in sifting through 100 resumes from people that would not be qualified or not be good candidates. What the committee decided to do was to post the position on the website. No one, except the wording in that email, said bury the announcement. Other than that, we wouldn't have put any announcement in. What the committee decided to do was to approach the various military commanders in the area to ask them if they had anybody that they knew that was either retiring or that was separating